Alright, how's it going? Sorry I'm a bit late. I ran a bit behind schedule today, but now I'm here. Right, so Gamedev stream number 17, I think we're at, right? Today we'll finally actually begin applying all the different abilities that we work towards on our different enemies. So in the past two streams, we've actually implemented a lot of abilities. We've implemented support for per enemy stats, multipliers, and all of that. And of course, we've added support for different ability sets based on the game difficulty. And so today we'll actually do the fun part, which is actually set up the different ability sets for all of the different enemies that we have in Gridle. Of course, if you haven't done so already, make sure to wishlist Gridle on Steam. There should be a link down in the description, both on a Twitch stream and on the YouTube stream. That takes you directly to the Steam side of the game. Right, so I think we'll just get started. This stream might be a bit shorter because I've got some stuff I need to do later today. But let's get started. So we'll start with the forest enemies. This is the first world that you encounter in Gridle. So some of these guys will have abilities and some will just manipulate their stats, I think. Right, so the bee. Let's get started with this guy. I think we'll give him... Here, stat multiplier. Health, damage, money. The bee, I think, should be weaker in health. Like 25% weaker in health. But maybe he has 30% more damage. I think would be good. Yeah. And as of abilities, I'm not really sure what he should have. We have low. Maybe some slight regeneration could be fine for the bee. So we'll do high ability set. Give him regen ability and he'll gain... Wait, hold on. The abilities, we don't have icons for all of the abilities. That's a problem. That is a big problem. Right, we'll have to set that up first then. Let me see. Sprites, ability icons. Here, we have a few. So let me just open the different folders here. What project? RPG icons, pixel art here. Okay. So let's look for appropriate icons then. So what was this? This was regen, right? Do we? No, we don't have that implemented. Okay. Right. Where could a regen icon be? Druid, maybe? This might have some regen. Nope. Buffs. I should have it, right? What about this one? This one could work for regen icon, definitely. What else is there? So much more that could work from these. So I think we'll do this one. Call it regen. apply the correct import settings, of course. Scripts, character, enemies. Right, so let's actually look through all of these to make sure they all have an icon. Resistance, region here. There we go. There was one I think that was missing that we actually had given an icon, but we just hadn't applied. Heal, haste, Goblin's Greed, foul play, final stand, decay. No, maybe not. Okay. So resistance, that is just an outright damage resistance. We should have that probably here in the buffs as well, right? Wait, this could work better for regeneration, yeah. That looks much better. There we go. Okay, resistance. What is this? No. Not that one. This could work. What else do we have? No. I think we'll go with this one. It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. Resistance. And then we need one for each of the different attack types, right? Here we have a few. That seems perfect. Like this one is already like explains that it's archer resistance. And then we have this one, which is knight resistance. And then we just need one for the mage as well. Maybe this one? Because mana is usually, from, I know it's from Terraria at least, it's represented by like stars. Yeah, let's do that one. Mage resistance. There we go, so that's a bunch of new icons. Let's just make sure we import them, or set the right import settings. There we are. So that's the resistance icon. Mage resistance. Resistance. And finally, archer resistance. There. I think we'll do these for now, and then whenever we encounter one that doesn't have an icon, we'll just look for new ones. Right, so what did I say about the bee? He was gonna have region, right? We'll give him 10% region. Right, black boar. I think we'll keep this. The boars and the wolves, I think we'll have them. Those will have like the base stats, pretty much. Then the bear will be, he'll have more health, but maybe slightly less damage. And then the bear should have an outright resistance ability, I think. He has like 10% resistance at the low difficulty. On the normal one, we'll have him, he'll have 15%. And on the high, he'll have 25% resistance. Is that right? 10, 15, 25. Yeah, I think that's fine. And we'll do the, I think we'll do the same for the brown bear. So we'll give him the same. And this should be high, yeah. There we go. The brown bear, I think we'll make him have even... He'll have a bit less health, and he won't be as weak as the black bear, I think. Yeah. So he'll be a bit stronger. Brown mushroom, what about this guy? This guy definitely will have lifesteal, I think, on the normal difficulty. This guy will have 25% lifesteal. Actually, let's give him 50% lifesteal, because this is at such a low level that he won't steal much. Or 25% on normal difficulty. And then he'll have 50% on high. There. Brown rat, I don't think we'll do much with this guy. Maybe he'll have some less health and some less damage. And maybe he'll have more money, actually. Yeah. Seems appropriate. Brown stump. Okay. So this is the mini-boss of the forest world. And I feel like it makes sense for this guy to have some archer resistance. Like a stump would not take much damage from arrows, but they would take damage from magic and swords, I feel like. So he'll have 10% archer resistance on the low difficulty. On the normal, I think he'll have 20% resistance. And on the high one, he'll have 40% resistance. What else could he have? He's a stump, so maybe he could... What if he regens health from the ground? Would that make sense? I feel like it would. So let's also give him regen on the hard difficulty. He'll have 5% regen as well. Yeah. Brown wolf was, we said, would be a base stats. Brown bear. Did give him resistance already, yeah. Brown boar won't have anything. I don't think he'll be a base enemy as well. Green rush or green bush. I don't think this guy even spawns. I don't think we have him anywhere. Maybe we should. Okay, green slime. What would be accurate for a slime enemy, like stats wise? Would they have more damage or more health? I feel like more health would make sense, maybe. Just have them 50% more health and 20% less damage. Something like that. And then I feel like the slime should resist both archer damage as well as knight damage. Like I imagine both arrows and swords just passing right through the slime. And then you need magic is the most efficient damage source, pretty much. So he'll have 10% resistance on low ability strength. On normal, he'll have 80% once more. And on high, we'll give him 40% resistance. There we go. Another troll. So this is the final enemy of the forest world. What kind of ability would he have? That makes sense. Actually, let's search up ability to see what we have. Reflect, regen, Reaper, resistance, lifesteal, heal, haste, foul play, first blood, final stand. Maybe final stand could be good for a boss. So final stand, if you don't remember, that makes the enemy attack faster once they go below a certain health threshold. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't have an icon. Okay, we'll need to give that an icon then. Right. Let's look on a barbarians, because I feel like this would be like some sort of rage icon. What do we have here? Maybe this one. This could be cool. Let's do that for now and see how that fits. Final stand. Going to sprites, ability icons. I think I may have fixed the issue with my like OBS and computer and all that crashing. I just updated my BIOS. And I hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that fixed it. Right, so it's not a database, it's not a scriptable object. Abilities here. Final stand. There we are. Let's give him once his health goes below 25%, he'll start attacking. Let's see. 0.8, so that means it's a 25% speed, attack speed increase. Yeah. I think we'll keep it at that. 25%, maybe 20%. No, we'll keep it at 0.8. The normal one, of course, will just up the attack speed increase. So we'll do 75, I think. What would that equal to? 33% increase. Yeah. And then for the high, it will be a doubling of that. Oh no, not a doubling. Let's have it be 50%, so that'll be just 0.6, ton of sixes like this. There we are. What else could he have? Archer resistance, bannerman, damage ramp up, maybe. Could be cool. Right? Either damage ramp up or Reaper. I think damage ramp up will be cool. Oh, that already has a icon. It's cool. So every 10 seconds, his damage increases by 10%. Yeah, that seems appropriate. And here we'll do every 10 seconds, it will increase by 15%, 20%, maybe. Yeah. Ability. Yeah. I think we'll keep it at that. And the gray rat will have nothing. Once again, the brown rat, what did he have? 0.8, 0.9. So we'll do 0.9. 0.8. 2.5. There. So that is the forest world done with abilities and stat multipliers, pretty much. So let's see, what difficulty are we playing on? Standard. No, yeah, normal enemy difficult or enemy abilities. Let's see. Here we go. Parry. Reduces damage taken from knights by 20%. Reduces damage taken from archers by 20%. Oh, and now he despawned, right? Reduces damage taken by 15%. I just realized we should probably have a resistance to the cursor as well. Maybe. Oof. That's not what we want for the health bar. Let's fix that real quick. Health dot to string. I think we'll do maybe 1 decimal. We'll do. Same with the max health. Yeah. Alright, the bee deals a lot of damage. Two. Yeah, seems to work. And now what about the tree stump arrow guard? Right, because we're on the normal difficulty. And what if we switch up to high difficulty? Yeah, then he gets regeneration as well. That's super cool. Alright, I guess we'll have to let's do some cheating here so we can get some progress immediately. Oh, maybe we upped the archer a bit too much. But yeah, what I want to do really is I just want to get to the new worlds. There we go. So let's leave this going while we check out the other world. Desert. Alright, so here we have a lot of interesting... Oh, now we can't. Okay, but that's fine. Here we have a lot of interesting enemies, I think. There's definitely going to be like lifesteal coming into play here a lot. think the spiders will definitely have lifesteal abilities. For the low one, though... Not sure what they would have. Let's do the normal one. Normal, they'll have a lifesteal ability. That will be 10% lifesteal. Will do. Let's just immediately give that to all of our spiders. There we go. And that had an icon, right? Yeah, it did. Just that one. Yeah, that's fine. Brown Golem. So this is the mini boss of the desert world. What could he have for abilities? Ability. Resistance. Yeah, maybe I think that makes sense for Golem enemy to just have outright resistance. There we go. What else could he have? Maybe First Blood. Yeah, I think First Blood can make sense for like the high difficulty. First Blood means the enemy is immune to damage until they do their first hit, basically. Yeah. I think that's good. Brown Spirit, I think, will also give him First Blood. That makes sense for like a ghost type enemy. Same with the Spirit. Just be First Blood. Desert Troll. I think the Desert Troll, at least for the base, will just copy the Green Troll. And we'll see what we can do here. So we have a Final Stand ability. And he also has a damage ramp up. Okay. So instead of damage ramp up, I think we'll give this guy the Reaper ability. Meaning he will increase his damage every time he kills a party member. And this will be... I think we'll increase it by 50%. And I know I misspelled the Reaper ability name. We'll do 50% for the high one, and we'll do 30% for the normal. Yeah. Flame Golem. This guy definitely will have a reflect ability. That means whenever he takes damage, he gives damage back to the party member in front. So he'll have like 5% reflect. For the low, normal, he'll have... Oh, reduce it 50%. 5. Normal, he'll have 10%. And high, he'll have 20%. Yeah. Crab. I think we want to give this guy some haste. Actually, we want some enemy that's just normal. I think that makes sense for our crab. Yeah, and then the scorpion will have some haste. Just like 25% haste. No, wait. 0.8 is 25% because this is multiplied to the delay, pretty much. Salamander, I think we'll keep him as is as well. Yellow snake. I just realized we haven't changed the multipliers, anything. Of course we gotta do that. So what about the spiders? They'll have, they'll be weaker in health, I think. Or these big ones will be, I think they'll be normal, and these small guys will be, have a difference. So they have 20% less health, but 25% more damage. I think makes sense. Flame Golem. He'll be weak, but he'll also deal tons of damage. Scorpion will be, he'll just be normal health and he'll deal some additional damage. Crab will be much weaker, but he'll also deal much more damage. Alright, so yellow snake. What types of abilities would this guy have? Lifesteal, definitely. So he'll have, I think he'll have nothing for the low one, but we'll give him 10% lifesteal for the normal difficulty and 25 for the high difficulty. Yeah, let's see now. Yeah, so he does get the Reaper effect. Right, let's see if we can beat this guy. We just need some more archers. Can we do it? No, we can't. Okay, so let's grind these guys. Red Spider, he has lifesteal. First Blood. Did that still display some damage numbers? I think it did, right? Even though he took 0 damage. No. Right. Why does the black spider have 0 health? That's weird. Sorry about that. Right, so there wasn't a problem with the flame golem. I checked, or not the flame golem, the spirit guys. They didn't display it. It was just zeros, it seemed, whenever they took damage. So that's fine. So that is that's the desert enemies done pretty much. Let's see if we up difficulty here to high. Of course, we're like dominating it right now because we're super overly upgraded. Right, let's see if we can survive the this guy. Yeah, we got him. Perfect. So now we're on to the third world. Right. I think for this one, I might actually want to add some more abilities. Like, of course, I have more abilities in mind. There is one that I think really fits this world, especially like the abyss dog and the demon eye and all that. And that is frightening face, I called it. That is an ability that's going to increase the damage that an enemy deals if the party member is alone. So it's kind of a counter to the Lone Rider knowledge upgrade. I think we'll do that. Right. Face ability. Do we have anything that checks the... No, I don't think so. Let's just copy this then. Lightning phase. Increases damage by... Let's do the float value. Increase in damage equals what? 0.25. Or it will be 1.25, yeah. Increases damage by 1 minus increase in damage times 100. It's a string 0. There. Percent if party member is alone. Good job. Thanks. Increases damage by 25% if party member is alone. Yeah. So either we want to have that, or we want to increase depending on how non-saturated the party is, if that makes sense. But I think we'll do it like this. So here we'll do party manager instance on party changed plus equals party changed. That will take, I think, a list of character health, right? No. Right. Okay, so that... Oh, wait. This is when you reassign a party. We should have a party holder on party change. Because that is whenever a party member dies. Like, when a party member dies, the physical party changes, but your party layout doesn't change. And the party manager is the one that holds, like, the layout. Right, so it should be the party holder. Let's see if we have any, like, get alive members. This member to attack. Check for death. Reassign. No. So we'll loop through here and do int live members equals 0 for each character health, character in characters. If character is not equals to null, then we do alive members plus. If alive members dot count equals 1, oh no, just alive members, then we'll increase the damage. So here we'll need to have a private value wrapper damage multiplier, which is a new value wrapper of 1. So by default, this will just be 1. So we just multiply 1, which means obviously we don't change the damage at all. We'll do enemy instance dot damage mult add damage multiplier. So this will do nothing at the start. And then here we'll do, actually we should do damage multiplier dot set value. And here we'll just do a ternary operator. I think, wait, hold on. I keep using that word. And it would be quite embarrassing if I use it wrong. No, it is a ternary operator, yeah. So that is when you do this. Live members, is it equal to 1? Question mark, so this is like a shorthand if statement. Is it equals to 1, then we set to the increase in damage, otherwise just 1. There. And character dot is dead. Character is not dead. There. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Right, so frightening face. I think we did it. Damage multiplier set value, and we set it based on how many party members are alive. This light is a bit messy, I feel like. Is that better? Yeah. So that is another ability done. Frightening face. Frightening face already defines, remember. Huh? All right, I renamed it because I looked it up to make sure I spelled it right, and I hadn't. So we have a duplicate file now. Which one is it? It's the H before the T. So that one we remove. There. There we are. So let's file an icon for this as well. Demon skills. This looks feels appropriate, I think. Maybe we want to change the foul play ability. Because I feel like this could fit for the frightening face one as well. There's two ones named Demon Skills. This could work, maybe. That one could work, definitely. Not that one. This one could definitely work. Same with this one. Can we jump between them? I think we can, yeah. With the zoom sometimes. So we're looking for a frightening face ability icon. That one could, this one could work as well. This one is good. This one is really good because there's one lonely guy there. This one is good. There's lots of good ones. I think we'll do where is it? This one. I feel like this is really good. Yeah. Now I copy this one. Silly. It's a frightening face. Change the import settings, of course. There we go. Right. So the Abyss Dog. Oh, this dude. This guy definitely has frightening face ability. Yes. 100%. And same with the Demon Eye. And I think same for the Abyss Dog. I think these three guys has frightening ability. What else? The Blue Crab will give him haste. He'll have 25% haste on the low difficulty. And then which ones are the bosses? It's the Blue Spirit and the Ice Golem, I think, right? I think those are the ones. Magic Forest. Blue Spirit and Ice Golem, yeah. So the Blue Spirit, this dude definitely will have First Blood ability. On the normal difficulty, we'll give him. The health bar, we have to fix. There we go. Yeah. First Blood on normal difficulty, and what else? Not sure what else we would give him. Let's keep him like this for now. But the Ice Golem, I think, should have some resistances once again. I feel like Archer resistance makes sense here too. So low, normal, we'll up the resistance a bit. And high, we'll up it once again. Here we go. Spirit, this guy definitely has First Blood. Right, and let's do the stats now then. So the Abyss Dog will definitely have... He'll have some weaker health. We'll give him 0.9, but he has increased damage. The Crab will have increased damage as well, and he'll be significantly weaker in health. The Spirit will give him... I think he'll have less health and less damage, and he'll just give more gold. More gold and more XP. That is just the one you want to farm. And then the Cube. This dude will just have... I think he'll just have an outright resistance on the low difficulty. No, actually, let's... Nothing on the low. On the normal one, he'll have an outright resistance. There. Maybe he will have a mage resistance. Yeah. I think that's fine. So that is a couple of abilities for these guys done as well. Now let's see if we get Frightening Face. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Can you guys... Okay, let's... Damage 110. Now what if we unassign these guys? So now it's 123. Yeah. $112. Oh, let's do 3 nights, because that way we can actually test it, I think. So now he has 141 damage. Now it's 176. Yeah, that's super cool. By minus 25%. What? One minus increase in damage. All right, of course, increase in damage -1. There. Oh, so that works. The Frightening Face ability. So we have damage 112 or 111. Let's let him kill one of our knights. 138. Yeah. That works. That's super cool. Great. So that is the Magic Mountain abilities. Now we're on to the Goblin end. So here we want... I have created like a Goblin Healer skin already. We should be able to switch that up. There we go. So now we have a little Goblin Healer here. Of course, this will have the heal ability. And that has no icon. So let us get an icon then. Okay. We could have some healing abilities. Priest skill icons. Yes. Definitely. Oh wait. That will be under buffs, I think. We found some healing stuff there. So we had regeneration. Which was this one? What if we just do this one? Now let's look through some skills. No. None there. No, none here either. Or maybe this one. No. Or maybe? Could this work as a healer? No, I don't think so. Alchemy. Ah, these are just icons. It's just, or yeah, it's not skill icons. Maybe it will be in the buffs. Think so. Maybe we just do this one. Like one or... I think we'll do this one for the healer. Yeah. Let's go with that one. There we go. So now we give this guy heal ability. Normal, he'll heal. Let's do 5% for the low, 10% for normal, and for high, he'll heal 15%. And we'll see how that works. Goblin Thief. I think most of these guys will have just Goblin's Greed. And that has no... So this should be public, the boost per coin. So the Goblin's Greed doesn't have an icon, of course. Let's see if... Undead skill icon. I don't think this would have anything suitable. No. No. Could be under the pirate stuff. Pirate skill icons. This could be something. Like this. Can maybe work. Yeah. I think this could work for the Goblin's Greed one. Right, so the Goblin Thief will have it. Did we give the healer? Yeah, he did get some healing properties. Skeleton Knight. What would be this guy's deal? This guy definitely resists archers once again. The mage. What about him? I think the mage could be a cool like mini boss. He's not an actual mini boss, but like a special type of enemy. So for the high difficulty, I think we'll give this guy the foul play ability. This will be the first time we add foul play to one guy. Both foul play and he'll get Reaper ability. Will up his damage by 25%, I think. I think for starters, he'll have lots of health. Like 30% more health. But he'll have he'll be much weaker in the start, so he'll do like 50% damage. But of course, he has the Reaper ability, which means he can wipe your entire party and just claim them to get more damage. I think that would be super cool. Otherwise, he just has what will he have? Some mage resistance. Goblin Archer. This guy will give haste too. Low, normal, and high. Here we go. So this is the mini boss. I'm not sure what we'll give to this guy. He'll definitely have Goblin's Greed, yeah. And I think it's the same for the dragon, like the final boss we'll give it to. For the normal one, he'll have the Reaper ability. This guy will also have... what would he resist? Probably... I'm not sure. Let's look up our abilities again. Bannerman, damage ramp up. Maybe damage ramp up could work. Decay. Final stand. No, let's keep him like this for now, I think. The skeleton, what did we gave him? Archer resistance. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Goblin Archer. Less health, some increased damage. The healer is just the healer, obviously. We give him much less health. And damage doesn't matter much. Goblin Warrior. Increased health and increased damage. Goblin Thief. Less health and less damage, I think. Skeleton Knight. Less health, more damage. And then the Thief will drop more money and gold, I think. Yeah. There we go. So that's the Goblin Land done. Now we're on to the Zombie Land, which is actually the final world thus far. Reaper. Okay, obviously this guy gets the Reaper ability. No question about it. For normal, his Reaper ability gets the buff gets increased. And for the high, he should have both Reaper and Foul Play. Maybe also he gets haste. But he has weaker health and slightly weaker damage. Zombie wizard. This guy will give some lifesteal. Which ones are the bosses and the mini bosses here? Is the Crusher and the Reaper is the final boss, actually. Okay. So this is the mini boss. This guy looks armored. He'll have some basic resistance. For the normal, he'll have resistance, and he'll also have a damage ramp up. Zombie Brawler, this guy will resist both archers and mages, I think. Zombie Archer, did we give this guy haste? No, we didn't. So let's do that. And what other abilities do we have once again? Maybe Brawler will also have a final stand. Yeah. Archer will give haste. I think he'll have double the attack speed, actually. He'll have less health and some increase in the damage. The Knight will resist Knight, of course. And the Peasant. What about this guy? This guy will he'll drop much less money and XP. And I think he'll be a bit weaker as well. But he will have a final stand ability. And maybe also he'll have foul play at the high difficulty. I think that could be interesting. Yeah. Also Reaper will give... No, not Reaper ability. We'll give him Brightening Face ability. That's the final one. Yeah. Chest should already have... It has a decay. Yeah. Let's see if we can find some decay stuff for the chest. Some decay icon. Anti-buffs here. We probably have something. Here. Or that one. Definitely this one, I think. Is good for a decay ability. And let's rename this to just decay, I think. There we are. So that is a bunch of enemy variations. I don't know. Let's see if we can. Let's up our money and XP multipliers and just blast through this. Still can't get through the boss. Huh. What about now? Almost. Super close, okay. Do we have any? Oh, we have items, then we can just, let's just spam some gold rings. We can up our money earnings. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we should pass. Yeah. Oh, and now we're on to the healers. Right. This should be interesting. Healer. Heals the member in front by 5% of max health. Yeah. Holy Cross reduces damage taken from mages by 10%. Goblin's Greed. Attacks been increased by 1% for each coin on the ground. That's super cool. Right, let's up this again. Let's just increase our party stats as well. Wait, hold on. Oh, I just increased the enemy stuff. Okay, party, health and damage multiplier. There we go. Now we can just farm these guys. Almost there. Oh, and we reached the end game. Cool. All right. Where is our time scale? Here. So we got the zombie Reaper. And he has Reaper ability and haste. And then he should have foul play if we switch to high enemy ability strength. Yeah, oh boy, now he's crazy. 1.8k damage. Foul play, what did... Reaper ability... Oh, there we go, yeah, 3.6k, okay. Yeah, he's just at... Wait. No, increase damage by 100% if a party member is alone. Yeah. But he didn't seem to actually increase his damage when he got kills. 1.8k. Yeah, it's not working. The Reaper ability is not working. Why is that? Also, first, let's... That's not how you spell Reaper, right? No. There. So we might need to do this. Reaper mult equals new value wrapper. Public void killed party member. There we go. Maybe that would fix it. I'm not sure, actually, if that was the issue. But I know for sure that it didn't actually increase the damage. Damage mode, yeah. Right, let's see if that fixes it. Let's change our difficulty, of course, to high. And we go back. 1.8k. Still 1.8k. Why? Increases damage by 50% for each kill. That's odd. Damage mult. What if we play on easy difficulty? It might be that there's like a conflict between all the different multipliers. Okay, let's start with normal. 1.8k damage, yeah. Kills the knight. Now it got increased, okay. So it is... There is some conflict, is the issue. Could cause that. So now he has haste and reaper. We change to high difficulty. Then he gets haste, reaper, frightening face, and foul play. Why is that not increasing his damage? That's the question. Let's see here. Enemy instance. Let's go to our deal damage and print the number of multipliers that we have. Get damage. Debug.log. There are damage mult dot values being multiplied. And let's just see what we get. What we get printed to the log with this. There are 1 value is being multiplied. That's correct because we just had Reaper one. What? Hold on. 1.25 values. Get get value. Get number of values, of course. There are 1 values being multiplied, yeah. Okay, so that's good. Now if we switch to high difficulty. There are 2 values being multiplied, so it is... It is working. Set valuable. Yeah, okay, that's working. So it's not even being called, is the problem. Right, hold on. Where's the foul play ability? A damaged party member. Okay, let's look through our enemy instance again. Deal damage. Damage behavior override dot invoke. If it is equal to null, we do damage party member. Game object. Specific member. No, we don't call that. If not a specific member. Right. Now I see the problem. Yeah. We are passing in our foul play ability. We're passing the game object. The game object should be the main game object. But since we have extracted our abilities to a separate, like, grandchild game object, we look here. It used to be on the same enemy object, but now it's further down here. Then it doesn't find enemy ability. And it doesn't call the enemy ability saying, you killed this party member. That's what's failing. It is not, it is checking, where? Character help. It is checking, the caller is not null, but it doesn't have an enemy instance component on it, since the game object is here and not here. So all we gotta do is in our foul play ability, we just have to call enemy instance game object. There. That should solve the problem. Now he should actually start ramping up his damage whenever he gets a kill, even when he has foul play ability as well. Change it to hide. Let's see, 1.8k, 2.7k, 3.6k, and 4.5k, and he just wipes our knight completely. Great. Beautiful. So there we have it. Honestly, I think that's fine for today. As I mentioned, it would be a bit of a shorter stream today, but I feel quite happy with this. Now we have some slight variations on all of the enemies in the game. Like, they all have different stats and different abilities based on the game difficulty. So I think we'll leave it there for today. And next week, I'm actually not sure what we'll do. This is like the last big feature, I think. Like more levels. Yeah, we might do more levels. Otherwise, we're just doing like enemy variations. Then it's on to achievements. Achievements I've done offline, pretty much. Leaderboards, I'll probably also do offline because that's quite boring to watch. It's just, I would just like copy paste my leaderboard code from a turn of mine, pretty much, and do some UI. UI could be fun for a stream, maybe. But then it's just going to be broadening all of these features we've done. So like we will of course add some more items. The item system is done, but we'll broaden it a bit more. Mini games, we might broaden them a bit more, make them even more fun, even more juicy. Support classes, we'll add some more support classes, of course. And of course, we will add even more abilities, make some even more variations to the enemies eventually. But I think this is a really good starting point for now. Right, so once again, if you haven't already, then make sure to wishlist Gridle on Steam. If you watch this on Twitch or YouTube, depending on which, either follow or subscribe, of course. Yeah, so I think that's it for today, and I'll see y'all on Monday.